That we're talking about T-Man. They really. I'm all right. A little better. Better than last week, but still feeling sick and shit. You been taking those? About to get that big squat in today. Fucking hate this shit. I hate squatting, but I gotta do it. All the time. Huh? Finally, that's Tuesday. We're fucking waiting for you, dog. You weren't. We fucking didn't start because you weren't here.
I swear, even though you guys are working out.
You're scandalous, you know? You're scandalous. All waiting, dog. Fucked up, bro. You're selfish. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
There he goes again.
Zoom in on him. Look at him. Look at him. Zoom in on him.
Hey, zoom in on him.
We gotta kick it off with that dead game. You already know what time it is. And hit a fucking squat today, huh, Noy?
Are you?
As I go down,
I can't help you, homie. Look at him.
Guess the iPhone auto-corrected, and he thought I said now it's time for dedication.
It's life. Since I don't write none of my shit, coming from the head, what happened is we rap so long, we do it so long, all the things in your head, you read stuff, what happened, something else, I'm coming from somewhere else, and like somewhere else.
Look at him. Look at him right there. Look at him right there.
With the hoe like a frisbee. What you know about a milli on the schedule. Every day I crack pipe. They think they're crazy, but they ain't crazy. Let's face it, shit basically they just playing sick hands. Shit they ain't saying shit. I mean, answer the can't get in the way. I bring rain and weak men turn this day into fucking man. I'm standing with you. Don't let me lose you. I'm not trying to confuse you when I let loose with this Uzi and shit. You get the message, I'm not getting through to you. You know what's coming. You know the truth is not even to you. Take some nigga.
Need you to pray for me, need you to care for me, need you to want me to win. I need to know where I'm headed, cause
Get that shit at the open or some shit. I'm like, come back. I want to see that pool like this.
man, you feeling me? In the bed, if I use my tongue, would you like that? If I wrote you a love letter, would you write back? Now we can have a little drink, you know, a nightcap. And we can go do what you like, I know you like that. Girl, it's easy to love me now. Niggas know I'm trick, man, I barely even feel it, bitch. She say I'm stingy, I say I don't need you, bitch. Go and leave, see if I chase you. Shit, tell your mommy, catch her in the street, I'ma get her. She know I'm on parole, why she call police on a nigga? She just mad, cause like a water so hard. She like a ball, I said that now. On the monkey ball.
Think about the story. Yeah, I was just about to
Little showers, just because niggas ain't playing, this is the life I chose, niggas around me so cold. Man, my heart controls, I build an empire on the Lord and I just don't know I'm the weatherman. I take that cocoa leaf and make that snow. Sit back, watch it turn the door, watch it go out the door, O after O, no, call me ice. Rocks that I cop with proceeds from the street. I got the energy to win. I'm full of adrenaline, play the curve and get nauseous. Watching the spin, I make plans to make it a prisoner of the state. Now I can invite your ass out to
Be getting killed every time you come around. You ran up in the crib, made his mama kiss the ground. She asking God what my baby done did now. I'm taking everything, jewelry, I want it all. Take him up.
niggas niggas never show no respect. I catch them slipping, I have them tongue kissing. My tech won't come. Test me, pussy boy, don't try. Police response, never fast enough to shot fire. Don't be stupid, find out who you fucking with, son. Don't know if I'm going down on stage. Can't really trust nobody with all this jewelry on. You my roof look like a no-show. Got diamonds by the polo. Don't act like you my friend when I'm rolling through my hands. So let me go aside, got my body going crazy. Little mom, but she wanna have my baby.
I'm solitary mind like a madman. Screams in the dark. In the east, 6 feet. Activate my head. Let it break to the blade. Eccentric. Empty out my clip. Them sides of aim. Some say the game is all corrupted. Fuck this shit. Niggas is lucky if you bust out this shit. Plus, mama told me never stop until I bust it down. Fuck the world and they can't just. It's just this real hell punk weed. Hell, every nigga run quick, see. The love you turn through my heart.
Don't God be the shit I gotta take. Dealing with fate. Hoping God don't close the gate.
Come with me. Hell, every nigga run quick, see.
And Doc said it's a rap, nigga. Come on! Do what homie can be done. 2003 suburban swerving. Too many sips and the D's. Come on! They was just harassing niggas. Come on! Spent the night in Central Brook and she smoking some bull. No, baby, I don't need Chris. Tangeray, I don't need shit, nigga. I'm high all the time. I smoke that good shit. I stay high all the time. I'm on some hood shit. Give me some real purple haze.
God's plan. I hold back sometimes I won't. I feel good sometimes I don't. I finesse down Western Road. Might go down to G.O.D. I go hard on Southside G. I make sure that Northside E.
Hell yeah. Good shit, let's go.
Thank God.
Bad. Good shit, come on, big bro, let's go. Oh shit, double. You got it, Use the chorus, use the chorus. Come on.
I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 in the cuddle.
Easy.
High like you love, you know.
Shit harder. I didn't feel like shit happened. Come on, Gino! Come on, Gino. Fire up. There you go. Good. Come on, dog. Keep going. Drive up. Come on. There you go. Up. Walk it in. You're a bad dude. Have that. You got 6 points in the quarter. Come on, man. This money, dog. Let's go, Pit. Come on. Come on, Pit. Easy money. There you go, dog.
Start warming up.
Jab.
Hell yeah.
There you go. There you go. Come on.
Keep warming up. Keep warming up. Let's go. Hell yeah, please.
Come on. One more, dog. Up.
Hell yeah, please.
Rap Bruce for his first working set. This is more of an elastic rap, so this is more for like beginner rappers. This is like his 3rd or 4th time rapping. I'm gonna show you how to do a knee lock. This is kind of more of like an advanced rapping style. Most people just layer, come back down, layer. So we're gonna do 4 revolutions up, a rap around the knees, so a knee lock, and then a couple more raps until it's tight. One important thing to always do when you're rapping is to squeeze the quads. or else the wrap will move the patella around, and that's what we don't want. It's also important to make sure you layer evenly and not to pull too hard on one side or the other.
Get in the zone. Come on.
Fuck!
Get in that zone, Bruce.
Come on, motherfucker.
Get in the zone. That's right.
Come on!
Come on, Bruce. Come on, Bruce. You got this shit. Come on, Brucey. Come on, bro. Help him. Get him. Chris. There you go, Brucey. Come on, Brucey. Come on. Come on, bro.
One more. Come on, bro. Go.
Come on, Brucey. You got this shit.
One more time.
Drive. Grab it. Walk in.
Grab it. Grab it.
That's dead game right there. That's all heart. No quit. He's in a dog fight and he ain't running. That motherfucker got heart right there. That shit was no joke. I gotta blast this next set. After that, I gotta blast this shit. That shit was hard. Shit gave me goosebumps right there. Hell yeah, bros. Good shit, Brucey. Shit was no joke. Look at that fool. Shit, monster. Easy money right here, homie. Easy ass money.
The wraps. Yep, drive. There it is, just like that.
Oh,
There it
clean.
is. A little more.
Clean. Just like that. Just like that.
Oh, walk in. There it is.
Only two? Come on. Homie. Got it.
Easy.
There you go.
Oh, you can just pop.
Good shit. Come on. Got this bitch. Good shit, homie. There you go. Come on, man. Take your time. You got this.
Oh, yeah, homie. Good drop.
But in reality, it hit me like a nightmare. Or at least that's how it seemed. I just got a grip on the relationship. We was ironing things out, started picking up names. And when we didn't need it, when it all got heated, and we processing things that we probably didn't mean. God in the man, guess what was at stake? Bro, we left nothing over, he put more on the plate. She
Come on.
from the doctor with news I've been wanting. Said family was incoming, she pregnant, twins coming. But there's gotta be a
Get that bitch.
Fuck, motherfucker! Come on, bitch!
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Let's go, Brooks. Up. There it is. Go.
Come on, bitch! Come on!
Come on, bro. Come on.
Drive.
Come on, motherfucker! Come on!
Come on, bro. You are one bad motherfucker.
Fuck!
line. Get that line. You got this shit. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Come on. Good. Perfect. Perfect. Right there. Come on. Like that third one.
While drinking liquor when I live, pistol whipping yourself for being petrified and lame, disrespecting the game, praying for punishment and pain. Going insane, never die, live eternal. Who shall I fear? Don't shed a tear for me, nigga. I ain't happy here. I hope they bring me to my rest. Airlines, reading more to death. My last breath. Take a look, picture a crook on his last stand. Motherfuckers don't understand if I die tonight.
There you go, get that pop, there it is.
Nigga, if I die tonight. No fear, nigga. Never worry.
There you go.
Brother, me a motherfucking G. Close casket, fuck it up.
Bob?
Walk there.
Good.
All right, week 8 of the Dead Game program. This is basically the second time we shot for squats. We banged out some heavy back squats today. I worked up to 660, 655 for 5. Then I went up to 705 for 5. So it's the most weight I put on my back for a little while, probably since last year's US Open. So it was pretty good. What did Pitt work up to?
Pitt did 2 sets of 5 at 617.
No joke. And then Brucey?
3 sets of 5.
3 sets of 5. And Brucey? So before we go into that, why does Pitt do more, like, compared to like me or Bruce?
Yeah, because of the lighter body weight and all the metabolism stuff, his body recovers a lot quicker. And in terms of peaking and how to push work capacity, I will have to taper him off later than sooner. Like these bigger guys, they take a lot longer to recover. And they will be doing a lot more weight than him, so that takes a lot more on your central nervous system. So making sure that I load him up the right way, so that when we taper off, that he's peaked the right way when it comes to competition.
Cool. So what did Bruce squat today?
Bruce did 627 for 2 sets of 5.
And he fucking dead game that shit. That shit was no joke. I mean, every time Chris knows Bruce for a long time, so he knows how Bruce works. For me, I'm worried for Bruce. I don't want him to get hurt, you know? I mean, that's my dog, and I don't want that fool to get hurt, but hey, Chris knows him. So Bruce pushed that shit. He pushed that shit big time. That shit pushes me, you know? He may be doing a lighter weight, but when I see that shit, it's like, I gotta get up my weight no matter what, you know? So that shit was bad. So talk about the wrapping. We went over this a little bit while Bruce was getting wrapped, but Chris will kind of explain it to you a little more.
Yeah, so if you see like what I talked about the wrapping, I actually talked about the different types of wraps too. The Big Boy and Pitbull, I'll name the brand. It's Elite FTS crates. They're a little stiffer, but they do give a little bit. Got a little elasticity. So that's what Big Boy and Pitbull are using. They're more experienced in terms of wrap squats. Big Boy wrapped our squat is 904 in wrap, so I mean that alone is experience. He maybe hasn't wrapped like a lot of times, but he knows how to use them. If you're squatting 904, you know how to use that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Pitbull's done a lot of wrap squats, so usually more experienced rappers have stiffer wraps. Bruce is a newer wrap squatter. I mean, this is probably his second or third time ever wrapping his squat, so he uses almost like a training wrap. Like it's it doesn't help you as much, or it's not as stiff because you don't know your bar path yet, so you have to use an elastic wrap, so it's almost like a tight sleeve, depending on how tight you wrap it. I can get a lot more revolutions too. But with that, you'll see the technique that I was using. I used the same technique for both of them, but I'll get a lot more revolutions with the elasticity one, which is basically 4 revolutions up, a knee lock, which you see a lot of big time lifters do that. It helps track the knee and make sure that it doesn't go too far forward. Makes it in a solid position so your bar path isn't all messed up. And then after the knee lock, doing a couple more revolutions. Some will have more revolutions than others because Big Boy's leg is bigger than Pitbull's leg, and I'll actually take Pitbull's up a little bit higher too, a little bit on the quad. So difference between the two, you might get more weight with the stiffer ones. You might get like maybe 60 to 80 pounds depending on who's wrapping you, maybe 50 to 80 pounds. With Brucey's, you might get like 40 to 60 pounds because there's a lot more give to it. But you can get a lot more rebound too. So you'll see the technique that I used, and then obviously you use your wraps, your experience should go into it, and also what kind of bar position you have. So if you're doing high bar, low bar, mid bar, that comes into play too.
And then, cool. So what is your take on like a beginner or like a new lifter in going into wraps or sleeves? What would you say on that? So like, if they're a new lifter, would you want them to just focus on sleeves, or is it okay to go in wraps? What would you say?
So in my opinion, I mean, other coaches have different opinions about this too. I honestly feel like you should be able to crawl before you can walk. You should walk before you can run, and that apply that to wrapping or even sleeve squats. So I think that you should learn how to squat with sleeves first. That's the most important part, because if you don't know how to squat with sleeves, you're not going to know how to squat with wraps. And then you're just skipping a whole learning process. You're basically just taking your learning curve away. I have my own athletes at least compete 3 or 4 times before I even talk about that, or even like in terms of like what their ranking is, if they're international, elite, whatever, get to a certain level, and then kind of backing down and say, do we want to do wrap squats, stuff like that. Some people never go to wrap squats. It's all pretty much preference, because it sucks. These guys can tell you it sucks to do that shit. And if you don't have someone that's good at wrapping,
takes your mind away too. It takes your mind away from the lift because you focus on the pain, but you just have to focus back.
That's also another reason why I would say that you need to be more experienced, because it fucks your head up, because when you're getting your knees wrapped, it's a distraction. And if you don't know what to worry about, if you don't know how to keep your back tight, what your elbows have to do, what your hands have to do, or what your core has to do, then you're just worried about your knees. And most of the time you see beginner lifters that just try to do random wrap squats, they just tip over. The bar rolls onto their head and they just tip over. And it's basically just a good morning. So I would learn how to just plain how to squat with sleeves, know how to keep your back tight, all those things, all those cues that a good squatter has, and then progress yourself like anything else.
Oh yeah, I agree with the same thing. I mean, I started off with no sleeves, just a bare knee, and I did that for years. Then I went into sleeves for a long time. I mean, I don't know how many competitions I've done in just sleeves. I've only done one in wraps, and for me, wraps help like crazy. Wraps put on at least, 50 to 100 pounds. Well, about like a little over 50, 60 pounds, and I feel like I still have more in the tank. So wraps do help a lot. But it's also, like he says, your technique and how you use them. Some people may only get, 30, 40. Some may get up to 100. Just depends how you use them and how Chris explained how you wrap it. But I personally, I like wraps just because I feel more secure in my knee, and that's what I like. I also like sleeves too. I mean, don't get me wrong, I always train in sleeves, but when I get to that heavier weight, I feel more comfortable with wraps. So it was a good transition for me, and last year went well for me. So this year I'm hoping to do 900 plus this year too. But week 8 of squats went really well for all of us. Everyone hit their numbers. Chris has got us on point so far. Can't wait for next week and the following weeks. So keep riding with us. We got that dead game program online at STRENGTHCARTEL.com. If you ain't getting ready for a competition, or you don't want to see like your strength in a few weeks, go ahead and get that strength and size, heavy hitter strength and size. That shit'll put on size and strength without trying to peak your body for one day. So that's a lifetime lifting. Like what Gino's doing right now. Gino's basically on the heavy hitter strength and size right now. He's not peaking for a program, but he's still getting that money. He got some good squats in today too. So whatever you guys' goal is right now, we have 2 programs that'll cater to you. And just appreciate you guys watching week by week. And just thank you for riding with us. Heavy hitters, keep banging.
We're headed to Big Boy's house.
Calm down, Gino. Let me show you. Okay, I admit, this is maybe my second home. Let me show you Gino's home. Come over here. Look at over there. See that massage right there? He calls it the go-to massage.
He said his masseuse name is Ling Ling. She says after 30 minutes, she's like, Big Boy, turn over.
How does he know that, dog? How does he know word for word? Damn, fool. You know? Yeah, this is for Gino.
Play it off.
No, he.
Come on.
Kill some of these, Doc. Gino, can I have some, Doc? You mind? Hey, Gino, you mind, Doc?
That's all his right here. Look at it.
You mind, Gino? Thanks, Doc.